It's showtime.
Okay guys, welcome back to the STPL. My name is Kix. Joining me is Rapid. He's just got here, so it's all good. My voice is saved.
Yeah, that's true. I had to build a microphone out of nothing but cheese, twigs, and a microphone. So I made it.
MacGyver style.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. And I appreciate it a lot as well. Coming here with a twig microphone that sounds really, really good, I mean, that's a lot of effort.
Well, I did order a very professional microphone that cost obscene amounts of money, so that is on the way, so I won't sound so robot-y.
Do you sound robot-y? Have people said that before?
Let me just put it this way, Kix. I've got a deep, sultry voice that needs to be heard by masses of people, and that will be more possible in the future.
That's a very... very fair point. Okay. Man. Okay, I've completely lost everything I was gonna say.
That's the desired effect I'm supposed to have on people. Now, if you were, like, perhaps an attractive, woman, then that would be a little bit better. But, I'm glad that I can make, software programmers from the UK, mesmerized by my voice. That's one step. I just have to take the next one, Kix. It's a little bit more difficult that way, but I'm glad that at least I've, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, so at least I have taken that one.
Yeah, well, we're about to take another step because we're gonna head into our second game.
Sick segue, Kix.
I've been learning, man. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at our second game of this evening. So let's jump on over. So as everyone knows, we're watching iRk versus DM. This time we have OyAji versus Yaj. Now, OyAji, a very strong player for iRk, has appeared in a lot of their series through all of the rounds so far. I'm actually going to add another statistic over the weekend to show their overall stats as well on this page, just to make it a little bit better to see how they've been doing, how much they've been showing up. But he did get a 50% win rate, much like his teammate DeWalt, and we saw how strong DeWalt was just now. Is there something about the 50% club? We're going to find out, because his opponent gonna be Yaj. Now, Yaj, a very strong player for DM, didn't play as much last round, but has had some very good games in the past, and it should be quite exciting to see them both play here.
It should be. I love watching players with no stats play, Kix. It's the best part of my day.
Yeah. Now they're going to be moving on to one of our older maps, the map that you actually suggested for the map pool. It's Sin Peaks of Baekdu. Now, I do believe it comes from 2006, was remade in StarCraft 2 as Crossfire and immediately removed because it was really imbalanced in StarCraft 2. But it works quite well here in Brood War. I saw a very good game here on Wednesday, as well as a good game on Monday as well. Both of them so far have been CVP, so here's a third CVP for this map. A good way to christen off this map for round 3. But let's actually head on over to the game, and let's see how Yaj fares off against OyAji. We could see a few funky builds here, 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock spawns. Let's get going. And starting us here in the 2 o'clock position, we do have the Blue Zerg fighting for DM, currently a 0-1 deficit. It's Yaj.
And his opponent in the orange is iRk's player OyAji. And they're both pretty happy that it's turn rate 20 apparently when this was being played. As a little bit of trivia, in case we have viewers who are not familiar with this map, not only is it one of the oldest and most played maps in Pro League and Korean Brood War history, but it's also very historic. It was originally called Peaks of Baekdu because the Baekdu or Baekdu mountain range is the largest mountain range in Korea. It goes from South Korea all the way up through North Korea, and it culminates on the border between North Korea and China on what's called the Shin Peaks of Baekdu. It's these two mountain peaks, primarily one, and Shin means holy or God in Korean. And so the idea was that the founder of Korea, originally, way back in the day, was supposed to be a descendant from the gods and was born or created on the top of the holy mountain of Baekdu. So the Shin Peaks of Baekdu are the holy mountains where the founder of Korea was originally supposed to have been created. Interestingly enough, it is also where Kim Jong-un, the leader of North Korea, was supposed to have been born, or I guess his father, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably his
So it's
grandfather.
a very significant kind of holy landmark. And interestingly enough, if you climb the mountain from the Chinese side, there's all these holy Chinese temples on the side. But if you climb it from the North Korean side, there's all these like holy Korean temples on that side. So it's a pretty significant area. And while I, as a U.S. citizen, am not able to climb it, I believe Artosis has climbed it and was one of the last few non-Koreans to have climbed it before it was locked down. So kind of a cool area, and one of the reasons that Shin Peaks of Baekdu is my favorite map.
That's actually really cool. I had zero knowledge of any of that, so that's a really cool history lesson.
Yeah, there you go. One of these days I'll make it up there, and then truly I will be able to understand why this map is so great.
Yeah, some say Flash was conceived there, which is where he got his crazy Brood War powers, but can't be verified.
Oh, yeah, something like that. Wait until he wins like 18 tournaments in a row and doesn't lose to Snow anymore.
Yeah, but we all know that was, wow, the map pool, man. Then again,
Hey, well,
it didn't really bother
Snow's
him.
not in ASL anymore, so he's got a chance this time.
I didn't know that. I guess that was one of the groups I've missed. It didn't really matter
Oh,
though.
whoops. Spoiler alert. By the way, awkward. Hey, Kix. Hey, how's it going? Oh,
Well, all I can say
what
is, luckily enough, I didn't have him on my fantasy team, so it's all good. It's fine.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'll
I don't
take
think I
it.
had him on my fantasy team either.
Then
I
again,
actually, strangely enough, didn't draft Flash on my fantasy team for some reason. I don't know
well,
what would have ever possessed me to do that.
he's super expensive, so you're kind of betting everything on him. But in case you don't know what we're talking about, the Foreign Brood War Discord has like a fantasy StarCraft league that runs every time ASL's on, and it's running again. So I know Artosis mentioned it in a few ASL casts, only you've actually mentioned it as well, so... but it looks like we've got a bit of a weird war going on for OyAji. He really wants to try and take this Nexus as soon as possible. Now, it shouldn't really be possible to take a Nexus this quickly, but he's managing it.
Yeah, this is about as crazy as it gets. This is what I guess you would consider this a forge fast expand, but usually the reason you call it a forge fast expand is because you build the forge to build cannons, but this is like forge and gateway and no cannons, and like Kix, this is like the most wide open area for like lings to run into your mineral line. So I don't know, I haven't seen this one before.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the maps in the map pool, more than any, that will really test the players in STPL. A lot of these players, I know, there's a certain few players as well that like have complained, but most people are fine with it. But I mean, for a lot of people, they may not have even played this map before, let alone seen games on it. I mean, it's crazy to think that I joined way after this map was even still being played, and I still knew what it was, but I mean, that's just because I used to watch old VODs as well. But like, there's people that have played this game and didn't even know this map existed, so if they're going to be playing on this, it's going to be quite difficult for them. But I think, much like we saw in Round 2 and Round 1, we could see a couple of players that kind of specialize on this map. We may see a lot. Now, it looks like we're going to have OyAji camping the ramp with his Zealots, going to try and get the most efficient trade as possible, and he's certainly doing it.
Yeah, that was an efficient trade. I would have liked to see him go for the third base instead. The third base on Shin Peaks of Baekdu specifically can be very difficult for Zerg to hold early on. And so sometimes you'll even see Zergs expand to the upper left-hand corner because it's so easy to put 2 Zealots on the ramp and then send the other 2 in to kill all the drones and kill the hatchery, because it's just really difficult. If you don't spawn Zerglings from that hatchery behind it, a lot of times people will spawn drones like you see here from Yaj, and if you don't spawn Zerglings from there, then you'll realistically,
yeah,
it'll be really difficult to deal with Zealots on that ramp early. But now, after sacking those 4 Zealots, realistically, the army for OyAji is 2 Zealots right now. So he's gonna have to hide behind a couple of cannons. So this kind of weird wall in. Man, I hope it works, because I see this position of these 2 cannons, and I just picture Zerglings like teleporting on top of them to kill them instantly, because they're really out in the open.
Yeah, now, as I know, yeah, just pointed out, but it was Gateway before Forge, that's how we got the quicker Zealots, but in terms of what you were just saying about the cannons, it is going to be very difficult for OyAji to hold on to this, but I mean, you also have the problem of if Yaj does go for something crazy, if he does go for a Ling All-In, which it doesn't look like he will do, but there is always the moment that it could fail. Now, one of the games we saw, it was Black Suns versus... I cannot remember who it was versus. It was the other day and my brain is mush, but basically the Protoss tried to go for a Zealot All-In, the Zerg went for a Ling All-In, and then they base traded, and I mean the Protoss just about won. But that was an insane game. Obviously that was over a little bit quicker than this, like they did go 2-gate into like 9 pool or something, but still, there is always that risk of losing to like some kind of crazy base race against Protoss and whatnot. We are probably going to see some DTs, some High Templar coming in soon as well, and that's going to make it very difficult for Yaj to really push in. I mean, he's almost lost his window of opportunity now.
Yes, yeah, I do think it is kind of over. This is the optimistic double Corsairs. They're probably going to get one Overlord and then just be back on scouting duty. And it's nothing crazy like double Stargate. At least I don't think so. Yeah, no, not going to be that double Stargate. I saw that in ASL the other day, and I think we saw exactly why not a lot of Protosses go for that. Because if you don't kill like every Overlord, you just get run over by Hydras, and it's just not a fun time.
Yeah, I guess it's map dependent as well. Like on this map
Very,
especially,
yes.
I mean it's so open that you can't really rely on just storms. You're going to need a decent number of zealots to try and buffer. Looks like we're going to have the DT going after some of these lings. So it looks like Yaj though, with a really good, not so much here because I don't even think you get an alert to say that Zerglings are being killed because they get one shot.
Nope.
But I mean, great usage of his units to pull them back in time.
Yeah, good noticing that. I mean, obviously it's your only army on the map, so you're probably going to be kind of looking that way. Oh wow, there's like 10 drones just like chilling, kind of idle. I think they're being maynarded over to the third base, but he actually loses 3 drones because they're just kind of running through the middle of nowhere. Now 2 DTs are actually going to take down 4 drones as they make their way across the map. That's actually really big, plus the fact that there were so many idle for so long. So that's a little bit of a victory there for OyAji, and you can see he's trying to get this third base up in the bottom right-hand corner as well.
Yeah, now one of the big features of this base is there is 2 small ramps in. Of course, you see in the one that Yaj took, there's only the single ramp, but this is a little bit easier to get to. You can mine out the minerals in your main to get behind there. It's a little bit dangerous to do that until you've secured it though, otherwise Lings will just use it to run into your main. But it looks like we're going to have a lot of Zealots here, and the trouble is a lot of the units for Yaj are actually as third base trying to defend against the DTs, and there's quite a long path to get back here to this natural.
Yeah, it actually is. You do have to kind of travel the road less traveled for sure. But I want to see what these +1 speed lots do. I think they were thinking that maybe there would be something to do in the upper left-hand corner, like that's where Zerg would look for maybe another base up there. But that hasn't happened yet. There's like a Ling scouting over there, but he's going to die to the DT pretty instantly. And so for all intents and purposes, the speed lot trigger has yet to be really pulled, and I think it's about to be here in just a second.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the problems is for Yaj as well, is if he does pull all of his units away, we can see that OyAji leaving a DT there on that other peak, just waiting for the units to go across. But here we go, the first storm has gone down. It's a really good one.
Oh, that's so sick. So usually you'll just see like just speed lots run in, and that timing hits before this one. But if you can mix in like a High Templar or 2, or in this case 3, I think this is going to be really strong. Oh, look at that storm. Oh my god, it's so good. Not the best second storm, but I mean, this is just softening up the Hydras. So many Hydras are going to pop here, and look at how many Zealots are left over, Kicks.
Yeah, I mean, this is a huge amount of Zealots, and obviously with the SimC that he was using against the Zealots, he was funneling himself into storms, and that really did hurt him. Now we're going to see the Zealots getting on top of all the drones, killing a lot of them, gonna try and kill some of these Hydras as well, but when it's just Zealots against Hydras, with this SimCity, I think Yad should be able to hold on, but not without taking a ton of damage.
Yeah, I don't know about OyAji's target prioritization there. Either you want to run in with the Zealots and kill all the drones, which is kind of hard because they can because they can glide through. But especially like you said, yeah, with that SimCity, it's hard to get the Zealots into the position that you want them to. They're still in here doing damage, right? Like they're still killing a few drones.
Oh, that's a huge storm.
Look at how good the SimCity is. Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I think Jayun was pointing out there. Lots of narrow corridors to run through. So yes, sometimes that can be rough for Protoss, especially if there's lurker tech out there. But if it is, when it comes to running your Zealots or your Hydras around, a lot of times that means they funnel into storms too.
Yeah, and it looks like Yaj kind of getting his army split up a little bit. Some of them tried to go through that small choke, which I don't think Hydras can get through. If I remember rightly. Oh, they can. Okay. So they can go
Hydras
through there.
Can get through there. I don't think you could fit Ultras through there. Maybe you can, actually. I think you can. That's actually a pretty big choke.
I think it's only small units, because tanks and vultures definitely can't get through. So...
That's right. So yeah, Ultras wouldn't be able to fit through there. But thankfully, Hydras are not gigantic units.
If there was energy for a storm there, this could be a really, really horrible position. But no storm energy just yet, but OyAji with the high ground, really making good use of it.
Yeah, but I mean, the Hydras are pushing up the ramp, right? So even though a few of them are firing from low ground, I mean, this is not the worst situation for Yaj to be in. I think he will be able to push OyAji back here. He's going to have to wait for a little bit more storm energy. He's going to actually have to pull probes here, because he is hemorrhaging a lot of Dragoons, trying to funnel them out through the SimCity. But I mean, these are very strong +1 Hydras that are actually just blowing these up, and he's actually going to be able to pick off the High Templar.
Oh, he doesn't get that one though. Oh, that was a big storm. Oh, he actually runs back into the storm afterwards. I mean, these two cannons still doing what they can, but there's a huge flood of units coming in from Yaj as well. Lots of Lings coming in to reinforce them, with all the Dragoons coming in to try and deal with this. Yaj might be able to take out at least the natural, maybe even the main.
Yeah, but there's no storms here, Kick, so that means that just rallying Hydras, and actually, yeah, we're going to see a lot of Overlords coming over to protect against CTs, but like, just rallying Hydras at this point is probably going to be good enough to win. There's no cannons, there's no, realistic splash damage to come out here, and so just poor old Dragoons are not going to cut it.
Yeah, but you can see that slowly but surely the unit count of Yaj is being cut down. I mean, there is some more Hydralisks coming in. But as long as he can get some storms up, he does have the bottom right base, so his economy isn't that bad. He transferred most of his
he has no High Templar.
Oh, but there's a Reaver there, though. And that Reaver could be worth its weight in gold.
I think he's going to dive on the Reaver, though.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was going to. Yeah, this Reaver could actually just kill every single Hydra, but I think he's going to dive on it, yeah. Oh my god, he doesn't kill the Reaver. Wow!
Yeah, that was so unbelievably close. Just a single hit from a Hydra, or a double hit, I think, would have killed it. But this is going to allow OyAji to hold on him, and you can see he's just spamming so many cannons right now. He wants to protect this natural nexus, wants to protect the Reaver more than anything, I think. And it looks like OyAji is going to try and take this opportunity to go down to this bottom right-hand base.
Yeah, but there's 4 cannons here. I mean, this is just super well defended. He's even going to try to pull probes just to scare Yaj away. And yeah, OyAji actually is not in a terrible position. I can't believe it evened up. I kind of underestimated the Hydra forces that would be coming back across the map, and with that Reaver barely surviving, I mean, holy cow, that was like the closest hold.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I will say about this map so far, I've only seen 3 games on it in the STPL, but every single ZVP has been like this. They've been kind of on a knife edge the entire game. Now here is the moment where the sort of the aggression swings back in favor of OyAji. He's held on to Yaj. Yaj actually rallied a few drones over as well, so he did lose those.
Oh no.
And I mean...
Yeah, Yaj has 6 idle probes at his natural. Okay, there we go. Oh, there was like more than 6. There's like 10 idle probes. Wow, that was a little bit tilting. Sorry, Kix. I just had to point out the cringiest thing I could find.
It's fine. Now the one problem is there's 3 DTs there, and there's actually no Overlords very close to... Oh, actually there's 2 just right there. But...
Yes.
Are the DTs going to be able to get by? Looks like they are. Looks like we're going to see the drone trying to mine its way through. Going to be taken down. One of the DTs kind of sacrificing itself to keep... oh, here we go. 2 drones down. Can he get them all? 3. 4. Can he get the 5th? Yes, he can. 6. And that's pretty good value. 7 kills with 1 DT.
Well, I mean, it's 7 with 4
Wow.
DTs,
Yeah.
realistically. So, he also keeps the DT on the ramp at the upper left-hand base, and that's actually killed, I think, 2 drones by this point that have tried to go up there and make a hatchery. So, really keeping the upper left-hand corner on lock. OyAji's actually really turned this around. You were right about that extra base being super clutch, because that's going to allow him to remake his probe count much more easily. And now he has 3 Reavers kicks, 4 High Templar. And so, like, as a Zerg player, you look at this and you're just like, well, what do I do? Like,
Yeah.
maybe he goes for like some crazy Muta switch and can make that happen, but even then you're gonna take storm damage. So I don't know, man. Oya's in a 6th spot.
Yeah, but the trouble is, Oya's units, they're really, really strong, but they're also very, very slow, and Yaj is pushing down with a lot of units now to the bottom right-hand side. Obviously, Reavers and Templar are very, very strong. I mean, this is, as Jaeyun said earlier, you've got very narrow corridors, but here we go, we've got... Oh, this could actually be a mistake. He's trying to go into the natural. He's going to be running straight into storms.
Oh god, kicks! The storms!
Oh.
Storm! Oh my god, that's so much damage. And look at these scarabs. Actually, oh, is he gonna hit? Oh, it does, but oh god, kicks the storms!
I'm feeling sick right now, Rapid. I'm not even a Zerg player, and that makes me feel awful.
There's a little bit of turbulence for sure. This is, wow, that was like 25 Hydras that just died there. Maybe I'm overstating that a little bit, but yeah, giving Oya that little bit of breathing room from that last hold. He just built 4 or 5 High Templar, and that's just exactly what got him back in there. Now, I did say, talk about the Muta switch that could be coming in here, and indeed that's what we're seeing Yaj go for. But I don't know if this is the right time for that. I mean, he's essentially super all in on this, right? He's still on 3 bases. His main is pretty much mining out, and he's still pumping units without trying to expand. So he's got to do it.
Yeah, there's also a Reaver drop coming into his main, and there is 0 defense. This is going to do so much damage to the already damaged economy of Yaj. Now Yaj has his units stranded in the middle of the map. There's no return for them to go back to. He's not really sure what to do. It looks like he's chosen to go all in. And here we go. He's going to lose his Spire to the Reavers. Possibly even going to lose his Evolution Chamber and his Spawning Pool as well. And
oh, he picked off the High Templar. That's really big.
Oh, so he did. I missed that completely. Thanks for pointing that out. There we go.
He picked out 2 earlier, and then he picked off 2 right now. But there's 1 with Storm Energy. So if he gets this 1 Storm off, the Mutas are realistically...
Well, he gets another High Templar.
Oh, let's see how good the Reaver Scarabs are. I think he... oh my god, okay, so... Yeah, so he's hitting some good Scarab shots. The Mutas are all dying here. So I think Oya holds with Storm and Reavers here, and I think that's going to be the game.
Yeah, Yaj has just lost far too much. He's actually lost a load of drones at his 3rd as well. GG! And OyAji in a very tense game takes down Yaj to bring the series 2-0.
That 11 HP Reaver hold was a little bit obscene. That's like NSFZ for sure.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, that one moment could have just defined the outcome of that entire game. The very fact that Reaver, it spawned at exactly the right time, and Yaj unfortunately just didn't dive on it quick enough. And that Reaver is certainly going to be haunting his nightmares, I would say.
For sure. Wow. Sick hold though. I mean, that's why Oya's beast. He consistently has games like that. Also want to say average APM 350 for both players at the end of the game. So really, really sick series.
Yep, that was pretty cool. Now we're going to head into our 3rd game after this short break. So see you guys very soon.